Mini breaks are a swirling nebula of nonsense. How can anyone go somewhere new and be expected to enjoy themselves without a decade to decompress? With no idea where to go, how to eat or what to do, it's impossible to stop the whole thing turning into a monumental fudge-up. But do not tether yourself to a rack and rend yourself asunder. With no mandate whatsoever, I, a weak man containing some of the key elements of Richard Ayoade, have come to your aid. Accompanied by a whole quiver of well-known faces, I'm going to take you hurtling through a foolproof maxi mini break. This is travel without mercy. Tonight, 48 hours in Copenhagen, the most visited destination in Scandinavia. The style-saturated Danish capital has been voted Europe's most green city and is the home of Nordic noir. And to be the cagney to my Lacey is amateur wrestler and comedian Noel Fielding.
A friend of mine got touched up on a ghost train once.
Together, we will aggressively examine national cuisine, descend into the underworld.
This is where they used to shower in the 80s.
And cop a cup of cultural enrichment.
Where the is Mike?
As we take you on a weekend away based on the summary of events you've just heard.
We're here, but should we have come?
If time is your ally, a bod can get the train to Copenhagen via Brussels, thus careering through a couple of capitals. Or travelling by car and ferry can give a cat many multiples of perambulatory permutations. But we don't have time to dawdle or conserve the world's dwindling fuel supplies, so we're going by plane.
They call me the Gothic Elvis.
That's suspicious minds.
I look a bit like Elvis, but unfortunately it's the bit just before he died.
And he was loaded up on burgers and bad dreams.
Yeah. Obviously you didn't get my memo. I wanted to go to Hawaii. Why are we going to Copenhagen?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Copenhagen is the capital of Denmark. With a population of just under 2 mil, Copenhagen is the largest city in Scandinavia and, according to the massively chillaxed dudes at Lonely Planet, the coolest. We have Copenhagen to thank for Hans Christian Andersen, Sandy Toksvig, Lego, the pedal bin, and my old adversary, the pH scale. And if that wasn't enough to make you sick to the middle, the city tops the UN charts for the happiest place on earth. A weekend in the Danish capital will cost around £257, a figure we may well exceed through arrogance. After a frankly unfilmable airport transfer, we rock up at our digs.
This is delightful.
Welcome to Hotel Alexandra and welcome to Copenhagen.
Located in central Copenhagen, the Hotel Alexandra is dense with Danish design classics. The rooms also act as a short-term storage solution for the TV series Mad Men.
Nice. Pretty happy with this.
The entire affair is a mid-century triumph.
What are you doing? Are you tarrying amongst mid-century Danish modernism? What did I tell you about tarrying amongst mid-century modern pieces?
I'm just enjoying the tiny
We've got
chairs.
48 hours to wrap the shiz up, like Murphy and Nolte before us.
This is going to be a holiday, not one of your weird, anally retentive fright fests.
Copenhagen's committed cadre of cyclists clock up 1.3 million kilometres a day. So taken are we with this statistic, we've decided to get our spoke game tight and join one of the city's most popular tours.
The bikes are very simple.
Our guide is Mike, whose motto is, if I'm going too fast, then you're on the wrong tour, which doesn't sound like it's going to catch on as a motto.
Kickstand you put down, turn handlebar left, bike falls over. Every time bike goes down, trouble. 3 gears on the bikes, look here. 1, 2, 3, little handle here. If you pedal, push and change gear at the same time, you screw up the gear system, we have a lot of trouble. And again here, going right, same thing.
That's not like trouble.
And then if the curb kiss the front wheel, you know what happens.
Trouble?
Folks, we're leaving. Come on.
Come on, you need to keep up with Mike the bike.
Mike's not waiting.
Where's Mike the bike gone? He's gone.
He doesn't wait. Mike waits for no man.
I tell you what Mike doesn't like. It's trouble.
Trouble.
We can only hope against hope to find Mike before he tears past Copenhagen University, the Danish Design Museum, the Secret Service, and the Little Mermaid.
Where the is Mike?
Where?
Mike!
There's Mike the bike. Mike the bike has gone.
I'm getting the feeling he does not want us on his tour.
After desperately wheeling past some of Copenhagen's leading sites,
Oh, he's over there.
we catch up with Mike at the medieval Copenhagen University, one of the oldest in Northern Europe.
This is beautiful.
Back in old times here in Denmark, me, Danish Viking, you from somewhere else in the world, I would kill all the men, rape the women, steal all your belongings and burn down anything that was left over.
Surely they'd mention that on TripAdvisor.
Come on, folks.
He hates us. Where's Mike? Mike has left us for dead once more.
Sadly, Mike the Bike, like his Viking ancestors before him, is on an unstoppable rampage of forward momentum, leaving us languishing in his wake. Furious at our betrayal, we abandon the tour and power on to its last stop on our Todd. Why? Because we simply could not have lived with ourselves had we not seen what must be described as a statue of Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid.
This is the most visited attraction in Denmark.
She's quite beautiful. I'm not saying I'd get off of her, but she's quite attractive.
It's quite a bleak backdrop.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the end of Get Carter.
Yeah, it's a
Someone's
bit
going
like
to get thrown.
Newcastle.
I wonder what Mike the Bike would have to say.
In sore need of chow to help fuel our epoch-defining quest, it's time for smørrebrød. Who would dare call themselves a person if they went to Copenhagen without trying a traditional Danish open sandwich? These smørrebrøds are the melon farming bomb. I'm taking Noel to Armand's Deli, which is rated by tyre manufacturers Michelin as the top place to try them.
Get involved.
Yeah. And smørrebrød.
We're going to sit side by side.
Yeah, that's how you always sit in a cafe, isn't it? So you can check the exits. I've pre-ordered some stuff so that we don't have to have two interactions.
Some fascist decided that smørrebrød has to be eaten left to right and washed down with a glass of schnapps.
It's very pleasingly put together.
I might just varnish it and wear it like a pirate's hat.
Would you like to know what you're having?
I would like that. Yes, please.
So for you have the beetroot herring. Next one is the pork
Yes.
with pear.
Okay.
And the next one is the rump.
The rump.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Gosh.
Wow.
Subway could certainly learn something
Presentation.
from this. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Pretty good. You started in the middle.
Oh.
You left to right like you read.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh. I'm going to sip some schnapps.
Really?
Mm.
That's...
I've got nothing to lose.
You've got a lot to lose.
Wait! Woo! Okay.
Oh.
It's like Castrol GTX.
I'm just going to smell it.
Even you
That's
smelling
too much.
that will mean you'll probably leave
feel
here
dizzy.
naked. I've seen you drunk once.
Oh.
It was unbelievable.
What had happened?
You did quite a lot of impressions of Orson Welles.
Did I?
Yeah.
That's what my go-to. I must have had a unit.
You were out of control.
I don't know.
What I
Good
quite
grief.
like now, this must be an English thing, is a hot liquid. I feel like it would ease this down.
Yes.
Because everything's quite cold. And that's it's not a complaint, but I'm not used to eating
Sounds quite a bit like a complaint. It sounded like a complaint.
food. It wasn't a
And
complaint
that
at all.
deafening silence that I just heard descend upon the kitchen
No, but
as two of their staff put their heads into their very cold oven. They've taken it pretty hard. Okay,
As powerful as this is, I'm full.
I'm going to leave this amount because that shows I had restraint
I don't want to touch this one because it's too beautiful colour-wise.
and it's raw meat.
Our guts full of smørrebrød, it's time to bust. Copenhagen prides itself on artistic innovation, so we're heading to one of its many contemporary galleries to cop some culture. And in order to so do, we must make like Beat Combo the Jam and go underground.
Can I be Weller?
No, I don't want to be Bruce Watson again. I'm always Bruce Watson in our jam role play.
The cisterns functioned as Copenhagen's water reservoir until 1933. Now an exhibition space, the current attraction is an installation entitled H, an evocative tone poem comprising 28 columns of illuminated water power showering the cobbles.
Are these just communal showers?
Yeah. This is where they used to shower in the 80s. You'd get Ian Rush in there, Jan Molby.
Jan Molby's Danish, right?
Yeah, that's how I wove it back into Denmark. Shall we go? I think I've taken everything I can.
Fully artistically satisfied, we press on at pace, hungry for more incident. Next on my list of absolute essentials is the 5th oldest theme park in the world. That's right, the 5th.
It is Tivoli.
Opened in 1843, 4.4 million people flock to Tivoli Gardens each year.
Quite heavy on the senses.
A lot of business happening here.
It's like being in a kaleidoscope.
Tivoli inspired Walt Disney's vision of Disneyland, as well as being home to the world's 3rd oldest roller coaster, a fact I find unbearably exciting.
Are you up for that?
No.
Come on.
I don't like it.
You sure?
It's a ridiculous thing to be doing with your life. Men of our age.
You might even have fun.
That's not going to happen.
You might.
What, outside of the bookshop? No.
The Rutschbanen is the park's most popular ride, because there's nothing that makes you feel more alive than being strapped to a 102-year-old falling object.
Something bad is happening to us. Oh.
A friend of mine got touched up on a ghost train once. Sort of put me off theme parks for a while.
Oh, this bit I don't need.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
Good grief. My body's telling me it's wrong. It's telling me it's wrong. Oh, this is horrendous.
It's sort of better than I thought it was going to be.
It's terrible. Oh, good night.
Oh, that was quite good.
Oh,
Again.
grief.
Again.
Why? What is it? Someone specifically asked for their stomach to feel pre-vomit. Any place where a number of people are screaming is somewhere I try and avoid.
One more?
No.
Come on, Inspector Gadget, you enjoyed that.
No, I'm leaving.
Squeeze levels at DEFCON, we decide to switch gears. Gallopin has been played by Copenhageners for almost 50 years.
You want to go on Gallopin?
I do like Gallopin.
Gallopin.
Hey, are you ready?
Here we go.
Ready, set, go.
I was born ready for Gallopin. This is more our speed for gentlemen of our age, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gallopin. Come on, let's get Gallopin. Let's get Gallopin. There we go. There's Gallopin. I could spend all day at the Gallopin table. There we go. That's right. Are you in the lead? Oh!
That, my friends, is Gallopin.
What a game of Gallopin.
Thank you.
You get that token to keep. You put on your Gallopin trophy board. That's some of the best Gallopin I've ever seen.
I'm so pumped for Gallopin.
You were Gallopin like it was going out of style.
Call me Dr. Gallopin.
That's the highlight of the entire trip.
Basking in the kind of high only Gallopin can provide, day one in Copenhagen draws to its triumphant close. Coming up, we get massively Danish. We test our olfactory aptitude.
I always feel smell comes across very well on television.
And see a hidden side of Copenhagen.
Bunk the police.
We are halfway through our guide to extract the most from Copenhagen in just 48 hours. We've already delved through the city's underbelly.
Are these just communal showers?
Meandered towards a mermaid.
Quite beautiful.
And triumphed at Tivoli.
I'm so pumped for Gallopin.
Day 2 finds our vowels aching for the brief appeasement of breakfast. And because sitting down is for stiffs, we need to cop our chow on the move. Fortunately, the Danish have a solution so good, they named it after themselves.
You could build a sort of pastry man out of all of this, couldn't you?
Right, those are the eyes, mouth.
Have him as your wife.
That could be the nose.
I'm very, very excited about what's happening here.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, like a sort of
You're still
space
excited by
bagel.
St. Peter's, the oldest bakery in Copenhagen, has been serving up their popular pastries since the 17th century, which is ages ago. With 4,000 cinnamon rolls shifted on a Wednesday alone, we feel honoured to participate in the mass consumption of baked goods.
Oh, crumbs. I'm so happy about this. I'm loving it.
I need a shot of insulin.
This is my favourite breakfast. This is all I do.
Sweets.
Yeah. I mean,
What are you, 8?
As the glucose snakes through our veins,
I'm absolutely buzzing.
we continue our desperate digestion of Danish culture. With our last 24 hours evaporating like tears and hot wind, we plan to cross the city in the most time-efficient and green way possible. Anyone can use the bikes, you just need to register online or on the bike's tablet.
Well, look, I've set up a login, which I
Right.
very graciously am going to allow you to use.
Oh, no.
I know, it's the typing in.
Oh,
bit.
no.
It's absolutely exhausting. Oh, hang
What
on.
do I do?
Hey now.
Clip. Yes. Oh, these are heavy.
They're really heavy. They've got power assist. Because it's so hilly, Denmark.
I can feel the power assist. Will it assist me in other areas of my life?
A high-tech wheel across town takes us towards a monumental depot of Danish drinking.
This looks like a goblin lives in here.
There's no one in there. It's this door.
Oh, right.
Right.
So, what's happening?
We're going to the Carlsberg Museum.
Why?
I'll tell you why. It's a Carlsberg experience.
Right.
And on the strength of that pun, I booked it. Also, it's quite a Route 1 decision, Carlsberg, Denmark. Let's go in.
The Carlsberg Brewery Museum is housed in the original 1847 brewery and boasts the world's largest unopened bottle collection, as well as gastronomic beer tasting. And because we so desperately want the beer tasting to go as well as possible, we decide to get our olfactory game tight at the smelling station.
Toast. Yeah, that's good. That smells like you're having a stroke. Malt. I don't like that one.
I don't know.
That one's too strong. It's like being slapped by a tiny, scented fist.
I always feel smell comes across very well on television.
Citrus.
Oh,
Prunes.
I'm not sure about prunes.
I'm sure about prunes. Eee. That smells like old money.
Oh, when it smells slightly metally.
You know when you're a child and you suck a penny?
I didn't
Ever do
I was
that.
advised against doing
Yeah,
that
well,
by
you
my legal advisor.
Newly knighted nasal ninjas, we move on to the tasting, trembling with anticipation. But dramatically, Anders ups the ante.
I'm going to put you to the test, see if you can identify some aromas in these beers. You up for it?
Wow. Not really. I didn't realise it was going to get so competitive so soon. Did you commit those 20 aromas to memory?
Well, I knew some of them anyway, like banana. I had smelt banana before. Is that cheating?
Yeah.
And so it begins.
There you go.
You need a good head on the beer. Do you know
Okay.
why?
I do not know why.
Because the head releases the aromas.
Banana!
Does it?
See, he's too fast.
There's some very young beer testers coming through here.
Yeah.
We
Hey.
do have activities for children happening
Right.
all around.
Do they get
Well, you
taste?
say that.
They do not get
Okay.
not on my watch, at least.
It'd be fun though, right?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Have a sip.
I'm finding it hard to
Really
think of a
nice.
word other than beer
Thank you.
for what it tastes like. It tastes like beer.
As the rapport between Anders and I builds, so does my confidence, and I feel ready to employ my newly acquired expertise.
Very similar to the first one. I'm getting banana again. If this last one smells like banana, I'll know this whole thing's a rip-off.
There's lemon in that, right?
Let's open banana number 3.
Banana.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Is that you?
Bit unbanana-y for me.
I'd happily drink all of these.
By this stage, I'm in pieces. This is the most alcohol I've ever drunk. Well, Anders, thanks for this.
You're
My
welcome.
judgment is impaired, but we have to leave you. We're on a very limited timescale.
No problem at all.
Okay.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
It was a real pleasure. Thanks
a lot.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
There's some very drunk miners here.
As Noel tries to shepherd his complimentary alcohol past some belligerent under-5s, we suddenly yearn for simpler times and search for a place where we could rebuild society from scratch.
It's like the 70s.
Established in 1971, the self-governed hippie haven of Christiania is a city within the city of Copenhagen. Famous for its open selling of reefer, despite it being illegal, its 800 residents have chosen to live outside traditional society, like the people of Bedford. But even though it's called Freetown, the man still seems to be laying down a whole roll of rules.
So these are the rules?
Yeah, have fun.
Okay.
Of course, you can relax and
Yes.
behave just as anywhere else.
Making it a rule seems somewhat counterintuitive, but go on.
Our guide Kirsten, a Christiana veteran, has been pretending to have fun here for 35 years.
Don't run, it causes panic.
Yeah.
It's because police is coming here quite often.
Yeah.
And they used to come in to surprise, of course, the dealers in the street.
Funk the
so,
police.
of course, they get nervous if somebody's running because
Yeah.
they think it will be the police on its way.
That's
so
why
that's
Mo
why.
Farah can't come here.
Banksy's been here.
And no photo.
Yes.
Banksy's quite a short man. He's
Yeah.
getting smaller, which is why.
Rules don't apply to mavericks, so we set off to see some of Christiana's crazy cribs.
And is this a house that someone's built themselves?
Yes, yes. Many self-built houses,
Okay.
around 60 of them. Another good thing about Christiania is no cars.
No
parking
cars.
in here.
It's a good way to keep Jeremy Clarkson out of a community.
Yes.
A lot of people jogging.
Pardon?
Jogging. A lot of people jogging.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. People from
Sort of
town, they use it much.
Slightly
because
goes
so
against the no running rule.
The dream of the 90s is alive, and Christiana. I'm not convinced.
No. If you were dropped here now, quite a strange place because Copenhagen itself is quite neat and tidy and clean and efficient. Very
Rigid.
efficient. Rigid, maybe tight even, uptight.
Yes.
And this is kind of opposite to that, and this is right in the centre of it, so
It's a bit too loosey-goosey
yeah.
for me. I like being uptight. Come on.
As our time in the Danish capital draws to a close, we cannot leave without seeing one of Copenhagen's mightiest slabs. The Rundetårn, aka the Round Tower, houses Europe's oldest working observatory and was built with a ramp that spirals all the way to the top so the king could ride his horse to the summit.
We're powering up this.
I know.
Yeah? Quite good.
Well, the floor's getting uneven now. Cubans.
Give them a break. This must have been a nightmare to produce. Back in 1642.
They didn't have to make the floor out of Jenga pieces, did they?
Entry to the Rundetårn is £2.50 and ups the total amount of coin we've dropped this weekend to £456.49.
How have you found Copenhagen?
I've really enjoyed the open sandwiches.
Yes. It's a city without a top deck of bread. What about Mike the Bike?
Didn't enjoy that so much.
Going to stay in touch with Mike the Bike? I saw him press you for an email at the end.
I did give him a false email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I've enjoyed most was Galloping.
Galloping. I'm getting one put in my house and I'm inviting you around.
I am going to move in.
We'll always have Galloping.
We'll
Richard.
always have Galloping.
I know.
Let's get the funk out of here.
Let's go.
Next week, 48 hours in Moscow with Greg Davies.
I like it. I like it here.